Have you ever tried talking about sports in English and suddenly you get mixed up with using play or do or go? Is it I play skiing, I do skiing, I go skiing? Or maybe you've heard things like I play tennis, but also I go swimming. And then someone says I do yoga. And you're thinking, wait, what's the rule here? Don't worry, you're not alone. This is one of the most common questions English learners have when it comes to talking about sports. So, in today's podcast English lesson, we're going to look at how to use play, do, and go when talking about sports and activities, and how you can sound more natural when you talk about them.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 1022, Play, Do, and Go. How to talk about sports naturally. Let's start with play. We use play with sports that involve a ball or things like a ball, like a hockey puck. You can say things like, I play soccer, or Jenny plays tennis, or we play badminton in the summer. We also use play for sports like baseball, volleyball, and even ice hockey, even though ice hockey uses a puck. A simple way to remember this is when a sport has a ball or something like a ball, use play. In fact, they start a baseball game by saying play ball. That's easy to remember. Next, let's look at go. We use go with sports and activities that end in ing. You can say things like, I go swimming, or let's go skiing, or we go hiking on the weekend. So the pattern is go plus a verb plus an ing. These sports and activities are usually things you can do alone, and they often describe movement or exercise. By the way, the root word of these ing sports is a verb, so you can also just use the verb itself, like Jenny swims twice a week, or let's hike up this hill. So, you can go swimming or you can swim. Go hiking or hike. The meaning is the same. So what about do? We use do for activities that are not ball sports and those that don't use the ing or verb pattern. You can say things like, I do yoga, or my mom does Pilates, or the kids do karate. A simple way to think about it is use do for general activities, exercise, or martial arts. All right, so far it seems pretty simple, right? We use play for ball sports, we use go for ing sports, or we just use the verb. And we use do for other sports like yoga or karate. But now, let's talk about something very important. Real English doesn't always follow simple rules. There are some common exceptions, and this is where things get interesting. For example, let's look at bowling. You might think, it uses a ball, so I should say play bowling. But we don't say that. Instead, you can say I go bowling or just I bowl, but not play bowling. English is strange, isn't it? Golf is also an exception to the rule. You can use play or go or just the verb. I play golf or I go golfing or I golf on Sundays. All three are natural and native speakers use all three of them. And here's another one. What happens at the gym when you try to build your muscles? Well, you lift weights, or you stretch, or you exercise. In other words, sometimes instead of play, do, or go, we use a completely different verb. So let's recap. We use play for ball sports. I play tennis. We use go for ing sports. I go swimming. We use do for most other sports. I do yoga. And sometimes we just use the verb. I swim. And remember, there are some exceptions, like I go bowling and I lift weights. And to be honest, instead of trying to memorize the rules, it's better to learn these as patterns and get used to hearing them in real conversation, also as patterns. And here's an interesting way to think about all of this. These patterns also reflect how people connect to sports in real life. Some people play sports, like I play tennis or I play soccer. Some people don't really play, but they do activities for exercise, like I do yoga or I do Pilates. And other people enjoy activities where they go somewhere and do them, like I go skiing or I go hiking or I go shopping. And of course, some people don't play sports at all. They just watch them. So understanding these patterns doesn't just help your grammar, it helps you talk about your lifestyle in a more natural way. By the way, if you want to learn how to talk about watching professional sports, check out podcast episode 1021. So, here's your challenge. This week, try talking about your hobbies or activities in English. You can say things like, I used to play tennis in high school, or I go jogging in the morning, or sometimes I do yoga after work. When you use new vocabulary like this, you make it your own. And keep in mind, the best way to remember English like this, and any other word or phrase in English, is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Hey, thanks for listening. And remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.